Okay, while that gets that together, let's go ahead and get into this. Cool. All right, so let's see what happened throughout the night. Okay, so dollar came back. We retested the little trend line I was talking about, so that looks really good. As far as the 4 hour is concerned, what the? Oh, it's still in replay mode. So let's end that from last night. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. So we're getting a really more of a retest. So this is something I talked about yesterday as far as candles coming up, not giving us the wick to the downside first and giving more of an idea that this may just be retesting to continue a downside move. So that's something I do not like as far as the 4 hour is concerned. So if the dollar is going to go bullish, we really need that break of 109 200 to be the signal for that. Now I'm sure across the board with this drop that did happen last night, we probably have indices in the highs right now. So we'll be seeing what the dollar does with this kind of retest situation. US 30 making it clear that it ain't gonna stop. So let me see if this is, I mean, we have this divergence going on here, which is probably a little more relevant here. Let's go look at the daily. Yeah, on the daily. So that divergence was created on the bottom side of these daily candles. We've got a big daily push today. Nice 4 hour candle push. So what I'm going to be looking for as far as US 30 is concerned is, I mean, quite obviously a fill of this imbalance. The 3 hour just closed. They're about 30 minutes into that. 2 hour as well. What's that?
No, my phone went off.
Oh, you good.
My bad.
2 hour as well is starting to kind of get some slowdown, right? As far as one being way outside of an RSI. So I would like to see a retracement, into here before getting our next move to the top side and being able to take advantage of that. Nice 1 hour bearish engulfing. So things looking good as far as sales are concerned on the short term for US 30. And then once that gap is filled, a continuation would be great. Nas as well, same thing. We had the double bottom, maybe more inverted head and shoulders, but the more identifier here is this support here, right? So we'd like to get a retest of that support level, which kind of already got here on the 4 hour. So we'll see if that'll even do any more than it's already doing. So I'm going to, because I do want to trade Nas. Let's see. I'm going to be patient, see what that does first, and wait till it finds a support that I can take a trade on. SPX clearly same thing. So most identifiers are all showing bullish signs. So it's just merely getting the retrace of the new candles. For German 30, it's going to be this 3 hour. If we measure our 3 hour candle here, all right, we can see that kind of lines up uh, between our 618 and 786 area. See if we can get some continuation on that. France 40, inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Silver has broken the potential resistance. So that's probably going to continue its buy, right? We talked about this being a previous held support last night. So if it wants to, it can continue bullish. And then we have the fair value gaps here at 31.45. So if I'm looking to trade this, yeah, we've kind of already got a nice retest and morning star in development here. We're about to close our 30-minute candle. So I could potentially look at the retracement here in about 2 minutes of that candle and potentially catch a buy there. All right, as long as that closes as the engulfing candle we need, then that could be a good potential buy opportunity. Let's go to on two. All right. Now I'm personally really looking for my target here at 31. So that's cool. Gold. All right, gold's looking really good. So I am going to buy this. All right, so all right, double bottom. We're getting a retest into the fair value gap. So I'm going to take a trade on that one. Let's go. Now this is the TopStep trading platform. All right, okay. Gold. Let's go to the 5. All right, so one contract buy placed on gold, and it even shows you, how much, you would lose depending on where you placed your stop loss. So I'm keeping it tight, nothing too crazy. And I will close, right? If this gets out of what I want, by the time it gets to about $300, I'll be able to close that manually and let it go. So, but I'm willing to give it that breathing room to do what it's got to do to develop. So we'll see what happens further with gold, but I'm pretty bullish on gold. So that's all looking good. All right, our yen pairs. Lovely, lovely yen pairs. And still really in the same location. GJ, we kind of got a head and shoulders idea here. All right, we got a strong rejection here in the 3-hour from that same fair value gap. 2-hour, nice bearish engulfing pattern. And then the 1-hour. So things momentum wise is still looking down for JPY. EJ, I mean, we got the same thing, right? Attempted to go bullish. We can see that throughout the night. It rejected the area where we can kind of see this as a head and shoulders pattern. Bearish engulfing, retested that, and is now pushing. AUD JPY, same idea, right? Failed to break the high. Head and shoulders pattern development, this being considered the head with a, kind of a double top, or you can look at this as a triple. Let's go look at our line chart real quick. All right, so that's quite obviously high shoulder, head, right shoulder connects. And we'll probably get further descent from this. So if I was going to trade this right now, I would look for a short from this location. If you want to, now I more so like to use my stop loss around the right shoulder and then, take that sell down. But, technically you want to have, the head covered as well because there has been times I've experienced it myself where to come in and really meet the left like that and then, drop. That has happened before, but it's completely up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. But for me, I don't mind just having it cover my gap because I know structurally this is pretty strong, right? Um, as far as immediate rejection, inside bar, and then the next push, and now we're obviously pushing down further there and after. All right, UJ so far has played out fairly well. We got the break to the downside, retested like we originally talked about, and that's why it's important to kind of wait for those breaks. Um, Filling up that bearish side and looking to finally make that move to 154. Let's see what else we got. I think that's really it. Any questions from anybody? Let's see, USD CAD.
Uh, I think we should look. I think we should have our eyes on oil right now too.
How's that looking? Oh, oil is pushing again.
Yeah.
Let's go look at the daily. Oh, yeah, it's eating that candle up. I wanted a little more, move to the downside, but I mean, if it wants to maintain this idea, we've got a nice triple bottom here. This would be the next potential buy area after the hour close. So waiting on that. See what the dollar is doing. All right, so boom, here we go. The dollar is showing its ass. So that's going to change our gold idea, right? I said we'd get more bulls if we broke above 109.2, and that's exactly what we got. So I'm just going to simply switch up my idea here uh, for my top step because I'm not about to take that chance. And I'd probably more so want to sell gold. Let's go look at the 5. Yeah, I like the gold sell idea if the dollar's going to continue that. Same thing with silver. And US 30 is coming down too.
Uh, Gold and oil run opposites, don't they?
Um, I don't know. I've never put them together for correlation wise, but I mean, technically in its current situation, huge, massive double top here on gold, and we're getting a bullish run on oil. So, I mean, that could definitely be the case. I'd have to kind of back test that a bit. There is, yeah, oil's just going to keep pushing.
Yeah. What's the let me see.
Let me see.
If you look at the weekly for gold, it's kind of like It's kind of ranging right now.
Right. So I wanted to give me a better confirmation on which side it wants before I pick committing to something, especially with the dollar doing what it's doing. So I'm really not in a crazy rush.
Is the dollar on top step?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Nope.
Uh, nah.
It's 11:38. So the hour candle close in 22 minutes.
Cool. I just need you to close. I'm gonna rock with silver there. We're gonna keep that tight. And that's simply based on the 5 minute candle. Nothing major, nothing crazy. I'm gonna set my take profits here. I'm obviously gonna close before that because I need that 1500. I want to keep my consistency rule in check. Let's go look at the 30. Cool. Let's come back to gold on the 5. All right, so 24 seconds. And we'll get the retracement on that 5 minute candle. Dollar's topping out the RSI, so let's see what it decides to do.
Bear started fighting back as soon as that gold candle closed.
Cool. Let's see if gold can retrace on this 5. And I'm gonna look
You looking for it to fill 50% of that overall bearish move period, or
of
just
this
that first fair?
bullish. Yeah, just this one right here.
Okay.
All right. So let's go over here. Buy. Stop loss right behind. And we're gonna chill. Let it do what it do.
How many how many contracts you taking on it?
Just one. Yeah, up until I'm sticking. I'd like to stick with one contract on the 50K account up until I don't know, probably like 75,000 or so. Which that's gonna that could take some time, but right now it's just for the sake of passing this first section. Silver's looking good. Uh, we may not get into indices today. GJ is pushing. AJ is pushing if you took that. Go look at USD CAD. Man, if USD CAD drops would be awesome. We'll see. All right, looking good.
Mm.
All right, so our next resistance will be here. Now, break above that should keep us rolling. It's really nothing but really patience now, guys. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think gold just hit that level. Oh, you drew the candle all the way up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it match. Like if this is going to turn into, let's say, would be a head and shoulders pattern, it would, typically match on that side. We do
Right.
have recent candle close, which is going to be the 15-minute. So we should get a retracement of that 15-minute candle and a continuation.
Mhm.
And I'm not interested in indices until they kind of get to these support levels like we got here in history. And let me do, I wonder if where this rejected is. Strong resistance point. Okay, yeah, obviously, obviously, it's a pretty strong resistance point. So, um, we need that break, and I look at that as far as I'm trying to decide, right? When do I want to put my stop loss and profit, as far as he's concerned, and it would really be upon that break there, and then I can move this entry into profit. All right, so gold, yeah, wasn't perfect, but wick down, obviously left a little bullish gap there. All good. Sitting at about 600, so I'm about $400 away from my goal for the day. Man, I got options. I always like having options.
And for this top step, you're just looking at, like you said, hour time frame, 30-minute time frame.
Right. Okay. So remember, every time frame is essential. The only reason I'm scaled in on Top Step is one, I want precision. I want very precise entries, and precise stop losses because you can already see, the heaviness if you have a stop loss where you would normally have on forex pairs because they're just not as heavy as futures. You'd have $1,000 fucking stop losses, and that's unacceptable. So, I want to get in. I want to really see what's going on in these smaller time frames and take advantage of those small moves. And you know, if my take profits are good and I can get, my stops put into profit, so on and so forth, then, I can let these ride for big gains. But keep that stop loss as tight as possible. So in this situation, I'm looking at double bottom. I'm looking at a retest of structure, right? So we got a nice support created there. It did not commit to this evening star. Got a retest on my 5 minute and buy, right? So I can keep my stop loss at a decent place without it being all the way back here and taking an $1,100 loss. I'd rather handle a $300 loss on a 50K account than a $1,000 loss, especially with the restrictions that I have to deal with.
And your goal is to get $1,000 in a day, right?
Right. So look, I'm at 940. I'm really happy with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can close my entries and cool, close enough. So now I'm done. I'm not looking for anything new. I can come back tomorrow and do it again.
Okay, so just let's go back. I just want to figure out like you're on this a lot. So
Hmm.
okay, so with Top Step, you're doing a top down analysis.
Yep. I go to TradingView, do my same analysis that I always do. Pick what pairs I'm going to trade on TopStep, which is normally going to be, gold or NAS. And if I'm trading gold, I'm typically also trading silver. So I'll come in. We talked about this a bit yesterday. I said, boom, okay, yesterday we had the inside bar close on gold, right? On silver, same thing. They're starting to give more of a morning star feel. I talked about the dollar, selling into the bullish trend again. Okay, cool. So if I got the dollar coming down for the meantime, as of yesterday, then I'm looking to buy, gold and silver as of today. What's going to support that claim? Top-down analysis, right? TDA. We come down into the 4 hour. We're working that. What do we see? Bullish fair value gap. We've got um, our man. Why am I drawing a blank on this pattern? Not crows, but
Oh,
three
three
white
white soldiers.
soldiers. Yeah, we got our three white soldiers, which is helpful to see. If I go down to the 3 hour. right? We got immediate rejection off of the fair value gap. It's really taking over the previous candle, which is supportive of bulls taking, momentum. 2 hour, not as pretty as far as bulls are concerned, just because we have this big bearish engulfing pattern. So the only thing I can take in consideration for support of the bulls right now is this is a support area. The fair value gap was created here. The fair value gap was filled. So that's supportive of bullish. And I'm just taking notes of these things as I go down. A weak candle, right? Compared to this previous 1 hour, this one wasn't as strong as the momentum off of the area. And also, it didn't fill up 50% of the area. For me to be comfortable to say that, this is going to get a big bearish push after the fact. Next thing I'm taking consideration, obviously, the 1 hour is pushing. 30-minute engulfing candle at the fair value gap. That's supportive of a bull idea. I'm going to look to potentially buy the 50% retracement of that 30-minute candle. Like every time frame should tell you something in junction with what you're looking for. Otherwise, it doesn't support the claim and support the idea. And I just need enough on each time frame to support that the bulls are going to come in. Next thing we have was the 15-minute candle break, right? So let's look at that yellow line. That yellow line is a support and resistance area. What's signaling that? One, is supported on this side. Two, it resisted on this side. If I go back in time, excuse me, right, we have some support here. All right, I got resistance here. I've got support here. So this could be a very valid area that the market makes a move off of in current time. So when I come back here and I go to lower time frames, that doesn't change. It's still a support area. So I'm still looking to buy off of that, and that's what we did. We got the 5-minute engulfing, it broke it, come back, retest it, and it starts to push.
So,
Fantastic. Same thing. Go
so,
ahead.
so I was gonna say, like, when you're trading gold and silver in this situation, you look at the dollar first. Now, are you doing top-down analysis for the dollar before you go into gold and silver?
Oh, most definitely. Because the
Right.
dollar, like Mike talks about a lot, is the dollar sets the tone for most markets. So if that's the case, when I come to the dollar and I'm saying, like we said the other day, hey, look, if the dollar breaks this structure, it's going to push down into the bullish trend line again, like it did previously, right? So we've already identified that the dollar's been on a bullish trend. It's been on a bullish uptrend. Every time it comes back to this area, it starts to buy again. So fantastic. So what I'm saying in time wise, so let's see if I can replay here. Now you don't want to let me replay. I don't know what's up with this thing. But let's just say back in, let's say January 15th, right? Uh, yeah, January 15th. At the start of January 15th, it pushed down, broke, and retested that. So that's saying what? The dollar is going to push down into the trend line like we want it. So if that's going to happen in that time, meaning these three candles, during that period, we're going to see other markets buy against it. So if I'm looking at the dollar and I'm saying, okay, in this time frame, it's going to drop, then that means in that time as well, silver's going to rise and gold's going to rise because they are, opposing it. When you're looking at uh, the format of it, it's gold versus the dollar. So now when we go back to the dollar, again, we're gonna let these candles close. We got the 2 hour candle still has an hour in it. We've got the 3 hour candle still has some time in it. But for the most part, we're at a resistance. And if it does not close above this target and retest and continue its rise, then it's going to continue to fall. Now, you know, I don't need this to make it all the way up to here for me to make my money. I just need to hit my target for the day or get somewhere in the vicinity of. Now, once you kind of get past the challenge phase of this thing and you've passed the first part, you've passed the second part, Then, if you want to hold for longer gains, you can do that. So I would typically, throw my stops into profit on TopStep and then let this thing ride to take profit. And then you saw that would have been, for silver, $2,400. And then, I mean, same thing for silver. We got the uh, retracement there, 2 minutes left, and the candle. Only reason I wouldn't take it is because it's the end of the hour. It's the only reason I probably would not buy that right now. But it is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. But I can be patient. I can be patient, wait for this candle to close, come back, measure the hour, and then wait for it to retest. And the retest is right back into our original entry point. So that would be the full fair value gap fill of that candle. And that would be, my next buy situation. But because I have to stay within line of that consistency target, I'm not going to put myself at risk to not passing this before the weekend. Because what's today? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So if I do 1,000 a day, 1,000 tomorrow, 1,000 Friday, the first part is passed. And then next week I can start working on that 5 day. That makes sense?
Yep.
Yeah, because you don't even leave the chart until that trade's done. I mean, you can't just leave it. You got to stay on it, right?
No, I mean if I put my stop in profit, I could walk away.
But I mean, like I said, like you can't even like you don't even leave until at least something happens, right? You got to put stop and profit. Something's got to shake before you can walk away.
Yeah. But let's say even, let me see if I even feel comfortable with this right now. Nah, let's see. All right, let's say I'm feeling risky. Yeah, I'm not. Not that much. I feel a little better about Nas, kinda.
Yeah, I caught a nasty retracement on gold. So I'm in a gold buy right now. Not gold, oil.
Word. All right, so let's say NQ, and I'm only doing this for, the sake of giving a little game here. Uh, man, I don't like y'all at all. Let me see if something pops up for me to take. We're gonna find another one. All right. We'll be a little risky here with Nas. So let's say I took this buy on Nas and I set my stops, you know, let's say below that wick because I'm basing this off of uh this internal bullish engulfing here. I'm gonna go to the 5. All right, we're getting some wicks to the downside. Check kind of like that. Let's go to the 15. Okay, nice doji close. I like that. So we could essentially get, at least a 30-minute retracement here. Should take us to 21,319. I'm not recommending anybody do this because it's risky in this current standpoint. So I could get stopped out, but whatever. So I would sit here, I would wait, let the market do what it's going to do. Ooh. All I need is this high to break. Once that happens and it's retested, I'll just move my stop and a profit. So what's working in my favor right now, Steve?
For Nas, I mean, you
Yeah.
got okay, so you got a bullish engulfing. Uh, is breaking that support level. What else? I mean, you have some consolidation
So
and
what's nice is this evening star, right? If this was going to continue bearish, this evening star would have retested 50% and pushed down, right?
okay, okay.
So since it did not, and it completely rejected back to the other side, it completely disregards this being a evening star that we can respect. So now that it did that, it pushed again, it broke. Now we have the retest on the other side. Like I just talked about, I need that high broken. I need that retest. So now that all that's happened, once this candle retests this support structure, and if it continues to the top side, I'm now comfortable enough to put my stops in profit, right? So I just needed to close above and continue to the top side. If it doesn't, then that null and voids the idea, and Nas will just keep continuing down.
And you said, okay, so for the first week, your goal is 1,000 a day. And then you
Hmm.
said for the second week, what is it, like 1,500 a day?
Nope, still 1,000 a day.
Okay.
Because all I have to do, and I don't even have to make 1,000 for the second half. For the second half, I only need to make $200 any random 5 days without blowing it.
So $200 per day or $200 in total?
$200 in total, any 5 days. It could be like, let's say, okay, so let's say this week I passed this. Now, hold on real quick before I get into that. So now that I have what we talked about, right? I got my close above, it supported it, it's starting to go bullish again. I'm just gonna move this up into profit, $5. So if I get tapped out, I still make $5. If it comes and it continues on, fantastic. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set a target. Now I cannot go above uh 1,500, so I can only make another, let's say, $600. So I'm going to move my take profit to 600, and I'm done. Now I can literally walk away today, and I don't care what it does. I can completely shut everything down, close my laptop, walk away from my terminal, and go about my day, and come back this afternoon and be like, "Oh, take profit was hit," or "Oh, I got stopped out, but I made $5 extra." Whatever.
And
Simple as
two,
that.
to give you some peace of mind while you in the combine, the way I like to think of it is as long as you're not trying to reset your account, which I would say is you do blow your account, I would say don't reset it more than once in a month. Like give yourself two tries. You're not losing more than $50. So like when you're looking at the chart and you like, oh, I could have made $300. Don't even think about that. Like you pay $50 a month for your combine.
Hmm.
So like don't even think about, oh, I left money on the table or anything like that. Don't like you've parted
Well,
ways with your $50. You spent your money. You bought the game. You're good.
that's it. And
Okay.
what people get wrapped up in their head around is, they got that little monthly charge or whatever, but you don't have to pay that. You can completely just let it phase out, let it cancel, go practice a bit, come back, spend another $50, um, and get you a fresh $50,000. So that's why I'll be saying, if you can't find $50 a month to do a challenge, and honestly, you only got to be right one time. You only got to pass it one time and be good. Like you don't have to keep doing it over and over, you know, unless you keep failing over and over. If you keep failing over and over, there's probably a problem within your trading skill. There's something you're either over leveraging, you're going too big, looking for huge moves, you're just doing too much. Um, not accepting your losses. So like if I leave yourself to max loss, like, all right, if I lose two times a day, I'm done. Keep a max loss. I'm not going to lose, more than 500. For me to do that, I can only take two trades with a stop loss of $250. Whatever you got to do, set some mandates, and that'll protect you,
Okay.
right? Whereas, some people are going to try to do what? Save up $1,000, come in, try to trade that $1,000, fuck around, blow their account, and how they got a G when they could have just been out of $50 for the month.
Yep. Yep. And I don't know, um, I don't know
Take
what you do
profit on
for
gold.
I don't know what you do for a living, Steve. I would tell you that I do Amazon Flex in the morning as well. And a 3 hour shift on Amazon Flex will give you $50 if you really want to reset. I don't recommend thinking like I'm gonna just go willy-nilly because I can easily reset. But if you need to find the extra $50, you know, apply for like Instacart, Walmart Spark, Amazon Flex. These are all things that I do. Um, so you have that avenue as well. Like I said, I don't know what your financial situation and everything like. So you have options to get the $50 if you really need it.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's just comfort level. I mean, like you're saying, like I have to be a lot more precise. And I mean, $50, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's just like, it's kind of like turbo trading basically.
Well, you're not. You, here's why it's not, and this what they would call that is high frequency trading. High frequency trading is you're looking for multiple trades. Like you're constantly taking three, four, five, 10 trades in a day. That's almost like scalping. You only need one trade. What I'm telling you is you do need to be precise with your entry. And to do that, everything that you do in the higher time frame, you do in the smaller time frame. So when you're looking at the daily, you're looking for 50% retrace into a support to buy, or if you're looking for 50% retrace into a resistance level to sell, all those ideas are still the same. And we're going to be on here almost every day together going through it and finding those tight entries so that you can get better. So if you do start the top step for $50, they're going to give you the demo account with 150 bands to practice with. So spend 2 weeks on practice with the 150K, find one or two entries each day, on say you want to do SPX. All right, cool. On Top Step, it's called ES. Go to ES with the 150K, trade it each day. I want you to find an entry, set your stop loss, and stay consistent. If you take two L's that day, step back, come back tomorrow, because you'll make it back. I've lost 500, one day, and then the next day I came back and made two bands. I've had top step accounts that I've damn near maybe, let's see. So the max loss is 3,000. I had one day I tried to go ham and lost two bands. The next day I made $6,000. But what happens is the revenge trading, right? People will try to revenge trade, get desperate, so on and so forth. So you just got to be smart. And you've been in the game, now you've got a good foundation. You just got to now trust yourself, and that's gonna come with showing up like you are today, every day that we on here doing this.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start the account, and then I guess like you said, I'll do demo for tomorrow
Yeah,
and then
you'll
see
see
the
it.
final entry.
You'll see it on your dashboard. It'll say should say like start practice, start demo. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Excuse me. Uh, no thanks. Okay. Yeah, I can show you here. Let's go share. Let's go to yeah, share. Cool. All right. So trading combine, you'll see that, what the account size is. You'll see what account you're using and all that stuff. But over here on the right, it'll say practice. So you'll activate practice account. And it'll switch over and boom, it'll be blue and you'll have a 150K practice account and you can test yourself. It gives you a goal, target of 9K, same consistency target, right? You cannot make more than 50% of the total profits in one day. So for this, let's say it's 9 grand, you can't make more than $4,500 in a day. Don't let your account balance go below 145,500 bucks. Okay, cool. So I've got 4,500 cushion. And you get to practice until you feel comfortable to go back to your combine.
Okay, so I'm at TopStep now. I go to
Mm-hmm.
earn funding,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Oh, you gotta buy it first before you even
Get the
practice.
practice. Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to practice before you buy it, just use TradingView.
Yeah. Trade like you normally do.
Yeah,
Go to your demo trade locker, make a 150K demo account, and follow the same rules. Keep yourself, in line with that.
I can't believe gold is continuing to push, or not gold, oil. I can't believe oil is continuing to push like this. Like it should look absolutely nuts how vertical this chart is right now.
And I think I got a lot more room to go.
You think so?
Yeah.
Y'all trying to
Yeah.
y'all trying to meet around this time like every Tuesday and Thursday or something?
I'm on here every shit. Really, I'm gonna be on here Monday through Thursday mostly, doing top step, same time every day, 10 a.m.
Okay.
Um, and then at night, 8 p.m., same time, Monday through Thursday. Fridays, I want to use more for review so we can kind of look back on the week, look at the trades we took, what was successful, what was unsuccessful, so we can, get that journaling intact for
Cool.
everybody. So if I do get on Fridays, and there's an opportunity for Top Step, yeah, we're gonna take it. If there's not, then we're literally just gonna go back and look at the trades we took that week.
Cool. I got one more trade left for today. I'm trying to look to see where I'm gonna get it.
Word. But
Yeah,
that's all I got.
I already took two out of
Uh,
three.
nice. That's all positive, both positive.
Yep.
Word. All right, cool. So we're set for today. We're gonna come back tomorrow, make another G. Now for me, that's gonna be different since I took that Nas trade and it was successful. I'm at 1487. So I'm right at the cusp of my 50% for the day. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna either look to make 500 or just another 1,000. And then and then call it good. Now if I make 1,500 tomorrow, then my first part's gonna be passed. Because you only need 2 days, 1,500 a piece, and you can pass the first part. Does that happen all the time? No. Sometimes it might take 3 to 5, depending on how good your precision is. So we'll see how tomorrow goes, but things look really good. If we can keep getting this bullish momentum out of Nas and out of US 30, out of gold, out of silver, then it's gonna be a cake week. And we ain't got no NFP, we ain't got no BS coming in. Trump's is gonna be in office. Let's let it roll. Let's let it do it in May.
Oh, what is it? When is inauguration?
Um, let's see.
19th? No,
Okay.
Nah, don't quote me. I
No,
think it's
19th is Martin Luther King Day, ain't it?
so it
Yeah.
has to be after then, right?
Let's see. Second inauguration for Donald Trump is January 20th at 12 p.m.
God damn.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
He
Oh,
would get inaugurated on
let's see what the
MLK
market.
Day.
What did the market do last inauguration? So what was that? It's 2024. So what would it be? 2020, January 2020. Not not Biden's last inauguration. Trump's last
Nah, his
inauguration.
was 17.
I need to see Trump's inauguration. I need to see what the markets did on Trump's inauguration because it'll probably do it again.
Yeah, January 20, 2017.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Double top, second double top.
Let's see.
Might be able to catch a small sell on oil. No, I'm gonna just wait for it to do its thing. I'm not selling oil.
I want to see what
The momentum is still
indices did.
ooh, yeah. Go ahead, oil, do your thing.
Hey,
Go ahead and come back down and test that fair value gap for me.
January. All right, so boom. Um, January 2017 inauguration day. I mean, it took the hell off. Let's just let's just be honest. US
Uh-oh.
30 came in on the 20th, which is a Friday. Kicked in engulfing, retested, took off, retested another fair value gap in there. Got a nice inverted head and shoulders pattern, and it bought for a long time.
Well, be ready, boys.
That's it. I'm telling you, this is the year. This is the year for a lot of people to get to it.
Be ready, boys. Autumn, every time you wake up, you open up your social media and you see Trump went on a rant, go look at the market.
That's it. That's it. So if you're on Top Step, go ahead and let's get through this first part if you're starting fresh. And then the second half will be smooth because all we're going to do is look for buy retracements on Nas US 30 SPX and continue to let that rock. And then, like Tay said the other day, is when last time he was in, gold consolidated for a bit and then took the hell off. So we looking to buy this thing up, hit all the consistency targets, and do our thing. And then even after the fact, right? So let's say after you get past the first 30 days of you doing all this, after that you get 100% payouts. So you have a 5K day, 10K day, 20K weeks, you know, it's gonna be nice. And then you put that into your regular account and you can trade that, you know, as you may.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Remember, greed corrupts.
Hmm.
Every time you start feeling a little feisty, greed corrupts.
Right. So follow your rules. Please do
Yeah.
not break your rules. If you want to
Greed
be
corrupts.
consistent, you
It's
got to stay
better
in
to
your
make
rules.
it's better to make $15 than it is to lose 1,500.
Hmm.
Don't do it.
Put your stops in profit when you're supposed to and all that type of stuff. And we're gonna be on here together. That's the beauty of having the community is, we ain't gonna let each other fall. We're gonna keep each other in line, even when it's bigger numbers, because the money comes with being consistent and following your plan. Because you can just, each move up, you can adjust your percentages. So if I'm working a 50K account and I'm like, all right, I just want to make $1,000 a day, I'm not gonna go to trying to make $2,000 a day until I break $75,000 in my combine. And then I can go to, from 2000 to maybe three or four once I get above 100K. Um, and so on and so forth. And then when I get those withdrawals, then you got to have a different set of rules for your own personal account because you're not going to be trading the same um, platform anymore. So when you get into your trade locker and say you put 5 bands in there, you put 10K in there, you've got to adjust your lot sizes again because you're not using contracts, you're using lot sizes. If you're going to trade SPX with a 5K account, keep yourself around 0.05 to zero point 0.1 on SPX on 5 grand. Still keep the same rules. I'm only going to trade 2, 3 times a day. I'm going to accept my losses. I'm going to take a max of 2 losses. Once I take those 2 losses, I'm going to back off. Steve, you already know SPX, you might only trade Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because you know those are your buy times. You know the market's going to retrace beginning of the week and it's going to buy the second half of the week. All right, cool. I'm only going to come in those days on my personal account. On my TopStep account, I can still, you can still trade TopStep damn near every day, but you might be selling the first part of the week and buying the second half of the week. Only to hit that target, make that 1,000 a day, whatever.
Yeah, because for my trading plan, I only have like, see, my daily goal is 10%,
Hmm.
weekly goal is 35%, and then my monthly is 110%. And then let me see. Yeah, everything else is just like, okay, if I get a big loss, a big win, small goal. So yeah, so I mean that's pretty much what I'm sticking to. And then like I said, to tomorrow I'll start the account, find a setup with you, and then just get started. I'm thinking like either XPX or gold and silver because everything else I'm not really sure about.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That is absolutely okay.
As someone who focused on a highly volatile chart, UJ, the more you look at it over time, the better. You'll like start to create like an intangible relationship with the chart where you just like pick up on certain behaviors that might not necessarily be reflected in like in like a indicator. Zay spent a lot of time with like indices. He has that. He just be like, yeah, I know this about to happen, and I'm about to show you why, and he write that shit up for you. So
Hmm.
like if for Top Step, if you have any options that you've already spent a considerable amount of time with, stay there. I know somebody that does this shit that only uses one fucking uh pair, and
Yep.
they're fine. And they will trade and they will and they will have buys and sells open at the same time.
Yep. You don't need a bunch of pairs. You can have one pair that you're committed to, and it's going to pay you the same amount.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
Zay, before
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
hop off, let me know how
Hmm.
you feel about oil real quick.
All right. Let me take a look. What we got going on here? Ooh, nice little double top. Let's go to 4 hour, hour and a half left. 30-minute close. Nice divergence on the 4 hour. All right, so this can go one of two ways because what we have open is the new 2 hour candle, right?
Uh-huh.
And the new 3 hour candle. So this could be retracing just that 3 hour, 2 hour candle into that fair value gap, and then it could definitely continue. Now, the only thing that may change as far as this, getting that sell activity is that let's go to the hour here. Now, actually, let me just pull it up so I can show you. All right. What would change this to go into a sell for me is a complete disrespect of this 1 hour candle, meaning this hour and 30 minutes or so closes some type of bear inside bar, closes back below the support level. If that happens, then we might, start to get some track down because I mean, it damn sure did not fill any of this mess right here.
Right.
So I would like to get it to come back here at some point and then, catch a buy again. But as far as the meantime, if it's going to stay bullish, it broke the previous high, so on and so forth, it's going to make a higher low. That's where I'm going to look for that higher low location is somewhere within this 3 hour retracement,
Okay. That makes
right?
sense.
And we're coming off this bearish engulfing. That is the support level. So, buys are still technically there. Just make sure you watch your risk management, right? If it's gonna be a trade that I base this on, right? I want to make sure for me, I like 3 to 1s. So my risk is gonna stay the same. My target will be the top of the fib. All right, so I got a 3 to 1 trade opportunity there. I'm willing to take that, right? I will only close it if a couple things happen. One, like I said, this turns into a bearish candle and it says, know what? Nope, I don't support this fucking bullish engulfing pattern. I want nothing to do with it. I'm coming back under support, and now this is going to turn into a resistance level. And if that happens, then you're just literally looking for the alternative, which would be that. And then my target would be there, filling up that gap. So those are the only 2 trades I'm willing to take off of that. But dude, it's been so fucking bullish today.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at
So like not
I'm not
looking.
even yeah. It's been bullish for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to catch a reversal. I'm looking to catch a buy.
Yeah. 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 Stay in trend. The trend is your friend, as they say.
Yeah, because if you look at it on the 5 minute, it did break low, but then it went back up to that resistance level and started ranging again.
Hmm. And then USD cap may be a sell um, in opposition to that. So if oil's going up and going to continue going up, then we should start to see USD CAD come down. We had a beautiful doji the last hour, bearish candles coming in right after that. So that looks good into becoming an evening star. Dollar closed below, right? So I said it needed to close above 200 um, to really rock out to the top side, and we were right back below this thing. So dollar may continue to the downside, and if so, boom, we're seeing Nas up. We're seeing I could have held Nas, but I'm trying to stay with my consistency target. SPX right came right back into that potential support level like we talked about. It's holding pretty nicely there. If we get an engulfing here, the SPX will continue topside. So yeah, I'm with you on oil, man. A nice buy off of that support level, and it's going to continue to rise.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Waiting for it to because it's wicking at the top.
Hmm.
I think I honestly think it's gonna test it a third time, and I think when it hit it, I think when it tested that third time, it might break through because that's been the pattern it's been showing since it's been on this bull run.
Yeah,
We'll see.
cool. All right, fellas.